Hello guys and welcome back to a new video. Today we have right here the brand new Mazda MX-30 REV, the plug-in hybrid, one of the best hybrid on the market from my point of view. And in this video we will do the test drive. It's a super beautiful car from my point of view. It looks quite nicer than the CX-30 for example, but more about that in the review video. By the way, before we go inside, the car comes with 18-inch wheels. Those are winter tires, very nice rims, fit quite nice with the car. I don't want to talk too much about that because it's crazy cold outside. I want to go inside, and here I want to give you some technical data and some explanation about how this hybrid work, because I told you it's one of my favorite hybrid on the market these days. It's a super interesting system. It has a battery. Actually, this is, to make it much more simple to understand, this is basically an electric car with a petrol generator, because it has a petrol engine, a rotary engine, probably you heard about it, and this petrol engine will run only to charge the battery that it's located under the floor right here. And basically what powers the car and what moves the car is the electric motor. It's one electric motor. Actually, the electric motor and the rotary engine, they are together in the front. It's a front wheel drive system, and this is phenomenal. I mean, you drive, the driving feeling, it's electric, everything is smooth. The only thing that powered the car is the battery and the energy from the battery. You can also charge the battery with a cable. That's great, you know, like electric car. But also, if you fuel the tank, it has a 50-liter tank, petrol tank, then the generator, the rotary engine, will work and charge the battery. How cool is that? So you have an electric car with a generator inside. How smart is that? And this rotary engine from Mazda is so smart. It's because they work a lot on it in the last years. They make it lighter. It's an aluminum case and it's lighter, it's run smoother, they say, and also it's much more efficient and it doesn't need too many parts. It's not like a basic classic hybrid system where you have a separate engine and then you have a separate motor and stuff like that. No, this is together, and it's so small. It's just like this small, and it's just working there. It's really cool, and because it has only two parts that moves, it's much more efficient and also in time much more reliable, and it lasts longer. And this is super interesting. I have to make a video about that because there are so many things to explain about it. I want to give you some technical data and then we will start driving. So as I said, the MX-30 REV plug-in hybrid front wheel drive, the power of the rotary engine, it's 0.8 liter and it has a power of 75 horsepower, 116 Newton meter. This is only for generating energy, right? And then the electric motor power, 170 horsepower, 260 Newton meters is the power of the car, the total power of the car, because it also rely only on the electric motor. So the electric motor power, 170 horsepower, is more than enough. You will see when we go and we start driving. 1-speed automatic transmission like in electric cars, 21 grams CO2 emission, super good. Also the consumption, 1 liter general consumption, and when you drive only in electric mode, 17.5 kilowatt hour. The range, total range of the car, 680 kilometers. The range only in electric mode, if you have a full battery until the rotary engine start to work, 85 kilometer. Top speed of the car limited to 140 kilometer per hour, and 0 to 100 can do in 9.1 seconds. It's a front wheel drive system and it has 1778 kilograms. The ground clearance 13 centimeters, a little bit higher than CX-30. Independent tire MacPherson suspension on the front and torsion bar suspension on the rear. And other than that, those are the most important information, guys. Let's start the car. Press the brake, and right now it's on. It has also a nice graphic. In general, it looks quite similar with CX-30, and also it looks similar with MX-30, the electric version, but it is quite different. And from my point of view, if I have to buy a Mazda today, I will definitely buy this one. And also if I have to buy a full hybrid today or a plug-in hybrid today, probably will be this one, because you have so many options. Even if you don't want to charge the car, if you don't want to use the cable, you can put the gas and you just drive. And when the car doesn't have any more battery, you can see right now here the battery, here on the left side battery, on the right side the tank, then the petrol engine start to work and charge the battery. So it's really super useful car. So if you're not ready to go full electric, this is the most close option to a full electric car, if that makes sense. Anyway, you have 3 driving modes from here. So first of all is the EV mode. If you have enough battery, you can drive only in electric mode. The second one is normal. The car will choose when to drive electric, when to start the rotary engine and stuff like that. And then you have the charge mode up there. That means the car will try as much as possible to use the petrol engine in order to charge the battery. So that's cool. We will drive today in normal mode most of the time, but I will show you all these modes. We will go through them. Outside it's crazy cold, -5 degrees. Here on the left side you have a power or a line that shows you what happened with the energy. When it goes here, it powered the car. When it goes down to charge, it's charged the car. It has some pedals behind the steering wheel here, minus here and plus. That means, I don't know if you can see it, I have to put it in drive. Now you can see a drive down there. From here, from left, you choose to have much more regenerative brake, much more powerful when you release the acceleration, and from here you change it to roll, so the car will just roll. Let me go back in park. Just like that. Electronic handbrake, of course. You have auto hold right here. This is super useful. Controllers for the screen, but more about that in the review video, so check out the review video for more information like that. The steering wheel is the same steering wheel as Mazda. Use it. Great steering wheel, manual adjustable, up, down, forward, backward. I guess let's drive it. Here, as you can see, a nice graphic. I like very much on the graphic that shows you how much energy you recuperate during the drive, and also what's the drive and distance that you did. And also here it shows you the rotary engine, the electric motor and the battery, and it shows you what happened with energy in real time. Visibility around the windows, it's very good. The position is great. The quality inside the car is really good. I love the seats. Most of the materials here are made kind of sustainable, natural materials. Even here from Japan, the car is built in Japan, so there are great stuff going on inside here. Let's drive it, guys. First of all, if you go in reverse, you just press this button, you go right. Here's the climatic system, pretty simple to adjust. You have heated steering wheel, heated seats, all those functions, and right now it's super cold. They are super useful. You have 360 degrees cameras around the car, and from here, from this button, you can choose what vision you want to have, side, back, stuff like that. Let's drive it. If you go in reverse, you can see a very nice, but actually the camera's resolution are so good, so useful. And then you go in drive, and let's drive the car. Right now you can see we are in electric mode, and the car will drive in electric mode, but right now, if I'm not wrong, we are in normal mode. Yeah, and right now the car will drive actually like an electric car. The driving feeling, it's like driving an electric car. It's very smooth, it's very silent, and when the car needed, or when the car it feels that it needs to fuel the battery, then it starts the rotary engine, and I will definitely let you know when we hear that. And you can see the cameras there, they look so nice. Right now you can see the graphic that shows you the electric motor. It's running with energy. We will go on the highway. By the way, let me reset the consumption as well. Come on. Okay, now the consumption is resetted in the front there. I will show you later what will be the consumption. The driving feeling, it's lovely. I drove the car yesterday, and everything is so smooth. I like very much how the auto hold, it's locked the wheels there. It's one of the best auto hold on the market. I feel like it's so smooth, man. It's so precise. It's almost like you don't feel anything. And also pedals, quality wise, I like it very much. I think it feels gorgeous. Everything here inside the car feels super nice from my point of view. And it's also pretty easy to drive. The car, even though it has 1,774 kilograms, it's still quite light. I don't know, it feels light. Even though it has the battery, it has the motors, it feels relatively light, and I like it. Also, another thing that I noticed yesterday, and I don't want to forget, is the sound insulation. You can see how many cars are around here. The sound insulation, I was crazy surprised. I wasn't on the highway, we will go in right now, but in the city it was really good. The sound insulation, it's super good. So from this point of view, I like it. Also, I like the seats, the driving position, the armrest, the physical button everywhere, so simple to adjust. Also the climatic system and stuff around here. So we are still in electric mode, so right now you don't lose any energy, so actually you are like just an electric car. And how smart is that? I mean, only 21 CO2 grams. It's a super good car for city. You have low emission, you have actually low consumption, you have a smoother driving feeling, and yeah, it's great. Also, by the way, you have 8 years warranty or 160,000 kilometers on the battery, and this is great. You can see how smooth the acceleration is, and we reach right now 70-80 without any problem. You have more than enough power. Even though 0 to 100 it's in 9.1 seconds, the acceleration, it's super good, and the power from 0 to 60, let's say, it's quite fast, and it has more than enough power. 170 horsepower, it's more than enough for daily uses. And also on the highway, I'm really curious to go right now on the highway to see. Right now from here, from those pedals, I can regenerate more energy. So push it like that, you can see, regenerate more energy. It's acting like one pedal drive, and it's quite powerful. I noticed that it's not powerful as an electric car, but it's quite powerful. And also when you go inside here, it's super fast and easy. It drives so smooth. Really love the driving feeling. Now the rotary engine, it's running. You hear a little bit, but basically at those kind of speeds, when you drive like 80-90, you barely feel that that engine when it start and stop. When you feel it, it's when the car it stays in one place. When the car is stationary, then you hear a little bit the rotary engine when it's working, and you feel a little bit of vibrations. But right now, when you already have 100 km/h, you basically don't feel anything. You don't feel the vibration, maybe a little bit, but you don't hear it at all. It's crazy smooth. And the great part is that this rotary engine will run at same RPMs. It's not fluctuating like a normal engine that allow you to have like super good I don't know, super good it lasts longer in time, the engine, because it doesn't have to fluctuate. It's not pushing too hard and slow. It's always working in the same area, and that allows it to have a longer lifespan. So that's great. And you can see right here, we drive 110 without any problem. The car feel so it's like you have plenty of power. If you press the acceleration, we go to 120 without any problem, like right now, and it stays quite nice on the road. It feels quite good grip, good stability. Even at those kind of speeds, I'm super impressed with how good the sound insulation from outside is. This is a big plus for the car. Also, I noticed something else, guys. I noticed that when you drive in normal mode, the car will allow the battery to to go to discharge only to 40%, and we will stay between 40 and 80% or something like that. It always keep the battery in the middle. That allow it to have a better lifespan of the battery, you know, because if you have an electric car, they recommend you to keep it between 20% and 80%, but you never do that. I mean, sometimes you go under 10, sometimes you go to 100% and stuff like that. But here, the management of the battery will keep the battery charge level always in the middle. That allow the battery to have a longer lifespan, and this is super smart. And that's why those full hybrid systems will have a battery lifetime a little bit longer than the normal electric cars. Anyway, we will go back on the highway and we will try also the cruise control as well. But you can see right here, if you press the acceleration, even if you go uphill, you have more than enough power. So that's quite enough power. In terms of power, you have enough. I noticed that suspension wise are pretty good. Also, I drive yesterday and I don't know why I feel that the suspension are a little bit better than CX-30 if we compare kind of the same size in Mazda. They kind of did a better job. But when you go over speed bumps, and we will do that a little bit later, you will see that it feels a little bit rigidity, a little bit stiffer, like a sporty car. It still keep that BMW sporty car feeling also in the steering wheel. It's not super assisted, but it's definitely light and easy to drive, but it still keep a little bit of sporty, nice driving feeling, you know. In the curves it stays also pretty good, so nothing to complain here. And right now we're driving electric mode, and this is the great part. When you can see we regenerate 0.26 kilowatt hour, and how cool is that? And right now we drive only in electric mode, so that means the car will definitely consume less energy, or consume the energy that we recuperate a little bit earlier. So that's quite nice. And also it's so smooth and drive so easy. It's crazy cold outside. The consumption until now 9.7 liter, but it's crazy cold outside. I tried to warm up a little bit the car before, but it's still super cold, and the car will stay outside in the cold. Last night was like -8 degrees, and everything is kind of frozen. And as you probably know, even the battery electric cars, and not only, they perform worse in cold conditions. So yeah, this is you have to expect a little bit higher consumption. Plus the car is brand new. I don't know if it has 100 kilometers, and when it's brand new car, until 5,000 kilometers the consumption will be higher. So that's another thing that you can expect. By the way, if you want to see the car, if you want to test drive the car, if you want to buy the car, if you are in Romania, in Bucharest, check out, guys, Ariane Motors. I will leave the link in the description, also on the screen, so you can check them out. Very nice people, and they will help you with everything. So great place to test drive, buy a car, and make some service. So definitely check them out. And they already have this car there, so if you want to see it, if you want to test drive it and buy it, check them out. Anyway, we have 58% battery left, and if we choose to charge right now, if you go to charge mode, you can see right now the rotary engine is running. And I told you before, when the car is stationary, or when the car is driving slowly like now, you hear and you feel a little bit of vibrations, but nothing serious, but you hear how the engine is running. But that's happening only when you stay in one place, or when you drive slowly, very slowly. It's quite sunny today outside. I hope you can see something through the camera, because usually when you have these sunny days, yeah, it's fine. Now, by the way, the car comes with all the safety features from Mazda, like lane assist, adaptive cruise control, emergency brake, blind spot technology in the mirrors, visibility around the window, it's great, stability in curves, it's great, so you can have some fun with car without any problem. I drive it a little bit yesterday too, and it feels quite nice. You can see now the handlings, the way it stays on those roads, it's quite fine. And even with those winter tires, it feels quite stable because it's a little bit heavier. The car stays quite nice on the ground, so I like that quite a lot. Right now we are in charge mode, so you hear the rotary engine working, and it will charge the battery, and then the energy from the battery will come. And you can see right here on the curves, it stays so good. Even if we try an acceleration right now, if you want to try the acceleration, and I think the rotary engine, it has kind of two stages or maybe 3 stages when we'll rotate, because when you press and push the acceleration harder, you hear a little bit the rotary engine running a little bit faster, but it gives you the power without any problem. So the car, it's kind of limited to 140 km/h, but I feel like it has much more power than that. Anyway, now I want to try the lane assist and the cruise control. If you activate it from here like this, and you can set the speed, you can see it comes also with a head-up display directly on the windscreen. So if we set the speed right there, I want to work also with the lane assist. Where is it? Yeah, now it should work. You should see the lanes, and then the car will keep between the lanes, will accelerate, will brake, depending what the car in front will do. And that's a great feature that the car comes with. And if you have it here, you can activate it very simple from here. And that's pretty much it. You have everything you need in the car, so adaptive cruise control, lane assist, everything. So that's super helpful from my point of view. It's a super helpful feature, and everything you have to do, all you have to do is just activate it from here, from the steering wheel in the middle, and then you just go up, and then the car will do the job for you. You can see the blind spot technology in the corners right there as well. Now we have to go on the right side and accelerate. But I love the acceleration. I want to try also 0 to 100 to see how the car is handling when you're accelerating. And right now we just recuperate energy. When we go like here, you release the acceleration, you can play with those pedals, maximum recuperation, and right now the car will recuperate back the energy. And we have 60% battery right now, and we go back to normal. Let's go back to normal. Yeah, right now we go back to normal, and we will try also an acceleration, so we will see how the car is doing. Let's go out here. Probably other cars come too, but we will see. Smooth and steady. You see that acceleration slowly, it starts also the rotary engine, the petrol engine start to send some energy into the battery in the same time, but the acceleration is smooth, but you have plenty of power. If I press the acceleration right now, I feel like the car pushed me back in the seat. But the interesting part is that if I change to charge mode, right now we are in a charge mode. Let me go back. If you change the mode to charge mode, I noticed that the car is a little bit quicker. I don't know if it's just my impression or that's a fact, but we will test it one more time to see if that's true, and then we will drive a little bit in the city to see how the car is handling in the city as well. So you can see now both motors are working, and for example right now we are in charge mode, and if we try to accelerate a little bit, oh yeah, I noticed that in charge mode it gives you a little bit more power. Yeah, probably because the rotary engine is also ready and it sent already the energy. I'm not sure why, but it feels much more powerful. Quite interesting. Now let me go right here and we will go a little bit in the city. It's kind of dirty here on the roads because they spray it with some substance for the ice, because it's super cold outside. In order to avoid the ice on the streets, they have to spray it with some substance. But we can drive a little bit in the city. Let's go back to normal mode. And now when you go to normal mode, most of the time you will see that the car will actually drive in electric mode. I think 80% of the time, if not more, will be always. You see here on the roundabouts, you have to turn a little bit the steering. They still keep that sporty feeling, but surprisingly the suspensions are great. Maybe in combination with those winter tires, they are like that, but I feel like the suspension are great. So smooth and nice. Guys, I have to tell you, I really like the car, and definitely if I would have to choose a Mazda tomorrow, I will definitely choose this one. I want to see this rotary engine, full hybrid, plug-in hybrid on all the models, all Mazda model, because this is a great innovation from my point of view. And if you're driving most of the time in the city and even on the highway, you have plenty of power. I'll let it go in. Yeah. Anyway, we stay here in traffic. The great part is that we get some traffic now, so we can see also the consumption is 12 liter until now, 18.3 kilowatt hour. The good part is that, yeah, it's super cold outside, still -2 degrees. The car is brand new. We drive quite fast. I accelerate a few times quite aggressively, and yeah, I don't know, it feels quite. But if you look there on the right side, surprisingly, is that the fact that when I get the car, I get it with a fuel tank. And if you look on the right side here, I don't know, I drive so much and I still have plenty, almost a full tank. It's a 50 liter tank, and I don't know, it's quite surprisingly. I'm quite surprised with how good is this car. The heating, it's on right now. It's running on first level, 22 degrees, and you can see the graphic right there on the screen, how it's running right now, what happened with the energy. You have auto hold here. It's just don't have to hold your foot on the brakes. It shows you how much energy will recuperate until now. I like this feature. I don't know why other electric cars don't have that. I don't know why Tesla doesn't have this information, or this is quite smart to know. I mean, it's quite cool to know how much energy you recuperate in your trip. So 0.46 kilowatt hour. It's a cool information. So you know, like, you have almost a half kilowatt you recuperate in this trip. It's great to know that. And it's interesting through the brake, to the regenerative brake. Yeah, we have until now 11.7 liter consumption, and I'm a little bit surprised. I was expect to be a little bit less, probably because it's crazy cold outside, probably because it's a brand new car, probably because I drive in charge mode for such a long time, and probably the car tried to charge the battery, because we have a little bit more battery than we start with. Probably those were the reasons, but still the driving feeling, I will test it. I will have a separate video after I end this one. I will make a separate video where we will test out the consumption, and I will definitely drive much more smoother and normal. Try to leave these people work. It's cold outside, pretty cold. Even though it's sunny today, it's pretty cold. No, it's pleasant to drive. I'm really enjoying it. And even over those bumps, I don't know if also the tires helped, but it feels quite comfortable over the bumps. Sound insulation, it's great. Driving position, driving feeling, it's phenomenal. Love it. Really love the car. Oh man, you see, even over those rails, it feels great in terms of suspensions. Okay. Accelerate. Oh, nice. Nice. Basically, I think I wanna turn around here, probably, yeah, and then we will go back. Yes, just like that. Okay. It's pretty sunny. We have also this sun protector. That's quite helpful in these kind of situations. 11.1 liter. So yeah, pretty much. But I'm not sure. Something I'm not sure what is the reason. Probably because we start with the same percentage of battery and now we have the same percentage. Probably the car just charge the battery and then reuse the energy. That's why I shouldn't try, but I will try on normal mode. When I do the test drive, when I will do the consumption test, I will drive only in normal mode. So if you want to see that video, check it out as well. That would be really interesting to see. pretty hot inside here. I choose like level 1, 22 degrees, and inside the cabin it's pretty warm, pretty nice, good temperature. I was waiting for such a long time this Mazda MX-30, this REV. I was like so excited and curious to drive it and to see how it feels, and it's really fine. And I like the fact that in comparison with a normal hybrid system, you have this always electric driving feeling. So if you, as I said, if you're not ready to go with an electric car and you still need range, because this one have a 680 kilometer range, total range, if you're not ready to go with electric, you can go with this one. And this one, it's as close as possible to an electric car. It's just an electric car with a generator. Basically, it's just what you need for most of the cases. And the great part is that if you manage to charge the car at a socket with a cable, you can drive every day only in electric mode, because you have a range of 85 kilometers in electric mode without needed to start the rotary engine. So also it's easy to drive. So you charge it home, you go to work, home, 2 days I think without any problem, then you charge it, and then you drive only in electric mode. And then when you go at long trips, you use also the petrol. That's quite smart. You can see the consumption is going down now because we drive in normal mode. Probably that was the reason why it didn't work. That was the reason why it's so big consumption, probably because I choose the charge mode. Probably when you put it in charge mode, the rotary engine burn a lot of fuel in order to charge the battery, and probably that's not the best way to drive, even though it gives you more power, a little bit more power. I feel that you don't want that. You want that the car to be in normal mode all the time. I will definitely drive only in normal mode. You don't even need to change this, only just in special needs and stuff like that, but usually leave it on normal and just drive it if you want to have the best efficiency. Or in EV mode, if you charge the car every day, if you have a full battery, you charge it every day, you just put it in EV mode and just drive in EV mode. But if you don't have, yeah, let's see here over those speed bumps. You see, only here you feel a little bit heavier and stiffer, but other than those speed bumps, the car, it feels pretty good over the bumps. So suspension wise, it's set up pretty nice. Love it, man. I really like the car. Too bad I'm really a little bit wondering what happened with this consumption and why it's like 10 liter. But look at this, man. Look at the 360 degrees camera. It's so nice. It's so cool. And then go in drive and put it in park, just like that. Electronic handbrake right here, and that's it. The 360 degrees camera, it's so good. Also, you have a button here from where you can change the views if you want to see from side, back, front, stuff like that. You can see it just like that. Really cool. Now the consumption, 10.2 liter, 22.5 kilowatt hour. I'm not sure why is that happen. Probably because when you put it in charge mode, I think that when you are in charge mode, the rotary engine work much more harder to give you the battery, the energy in the battery, and that's why but definitely I will do another test where I will leave it on normal. So we will drive on normal and we will see what kind of consumption we can get. I'm really curious, really. I will do that probably right now after I end up this video, because I'm super curious. Also, if you still have questions, ask me down below, whatever you want to ask. If you want to see the full review with the same car, I have a separate video on my channel where I explain you everything about the car, from how the engine's working, technical data, interior, exterior, space, material, all that stuff. Separate video on the channel. If it's not already there, stay close because will come soon. Also, if you want to see the car, test drive the car, buy the car, check out Ariane Motors. I will leave the link in the description, also on the screen. They are super nice. They will help you with every single problem that you have, so definitely check them out. And they already have the car, you can already see it and buy it. The driving feeling is lovely, as I expected. Driving like electric car with a generator, to simplify everything. Visibility, comfort, seats, nothing to say. Everything is in the right place, physical button. You have also a lot of safety features. The only thing that I'm curious now is the consumption. I want to test it one more time. It's also super cold outside. The car was super cold, the battery was super cold, and so on when we start the driving, and probably that why, but we will do one more time the test right now and we will see driving normal to see the consumption. But in general it's lovely. Also on the highway, also on the city, good suspensions, the same driving feeling as a Mazda. I pretty much like it. So that was the video, guys. The price of the car, if I'm not wrong, was around 32,000 euro, and the version it's Makoto, by the way. I forget to tell you that in the beginning, but anyway, we will talk about that in the review video, guys. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you find this video useful. I'm waiting your comments down below, your feedbacks. I'm really curious what you think about this car. And yeah, I guess I see you soon in the next one. Stay close. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I see you soon in the next one. Bye, guys.